Good evening and welcome to this, our Friday, April 22, 2016 edition of the Government News Brief. In the news, hundreds of Latham residents benefit from improved water supply. Several outfalls being cleared in Berbice as May-June rains approach, and new job-ready program targets Region 10 youths. Stay tuned for the details of these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Siniko Thorne and this is the Government News Brief. Acting President and Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu and a high-level ministerial team met this morning with the people of Region 6 East Berbice quarantine. The acting president lauded the introduction of the Meet the Public, a mobile government to deal with issues of the people.
Today, I believe it reinforces the feeling in people that governance means something in their lives. It is their government, and we all have to come and listen to our people. I am pleased today that we have achieved a model of relationship that had not existed in Guyana before. We had the regional chairman with us today. We had the regional executive officer. We had the mayor and deputy mayor of New Amsterdam. It is a model of cooperation and partnership among the central government, the regional government, and the municipal government. And with this type of cooperation and this type of model, I believe that we could take Guyana forward.
The Region 10 administration has set out plans for a new apprenticeship program which will equip over 200 young people with skills to compete in the job market. Details in this report.
In response to valuable feedback from employers, the Region 10 Regional Democratic Council RDC is set to launch a job-ready program. This would provide the young people in the region with the confidence, skills and experience needed to compete in the labor market. Region 10 Chairman Rennis Morian described the program as one that could be a critical stepping stone to jobs for young people who currently lack the necessary skills.
One of the things that we recognize too is that these young people coming out of school, when they write an application, 1 year, did somebody need a year experience? So how do you cross that threshold out of school? You might go on to LTI, GTI or some institution, but you don't have that 1 year.
According to Morian, the RDC is seeking to raise $48 million to roll out the program, which will accommodate 200 young people for a period of 1 year. The program will be run by the RDC.
It simply works like this. The young person will be placed at an entity close to where they're living, so they won't incur any transportation. So we have schools, we have health posts, health centers, shops, other businesses. We want to place them there. We want to give them a stipend every month. The view is, at the end of the year, they have that work readiness attitude and spirit and everything to get into the work environment. And we are hoping that at the end of the year, there could be a collision of youths and the investors.
The RDC has already written to several agencies and businesses requesting sponsorship for the program, which it is seeking to launch as early as May.
And I'm using this opportunity again to appeal to all the agencies that we would have sent letters to in this appeal for funding to get this program off the ground. We want to launch this program sometime later down in May. I'm appealing to agencies that these monies are going to young people. It's a very, very worthwhile project. And it's $48 million is a small investment when you think if you allow them to run wild. The amount of money we got to spend for prisons and all kind of other services to rehabilitate them.
The Job Ready program will address the issue of bridging the gap among education, experience and employment by offering structured support to school leavers. It also seeks to address the issue of high youth unemployment in Region 10. Shanti Govardhan with this Government News Brief.
Hundreds of residents of Culvert City, Latham are benefiting from potable water since the Guyana Water Incorporated commissioned a new well. More in this report.
Region 9's new Culvert City well, which has a depth of about 187 feet, is equipped with a 5-horsepower pump and a distribution system of over 12 cubic meters per hour. GWI's Chief Executive Officer Richard Van West Charles says this new facility is part of the water company's effort to provide safe water to the residents of Region 9 in face of the current drought.
We at GWI, we want to, as we move forward with our new strategic plan, pay more direct attention to the whole issue of a sustainable approach for water in Region 9, for both agriculture and other endeavors, human consumption, tourism, etc. And so we are at this present time looking at how we can engage other actors, external actors with the expertise to work with us to more or less look at the situation here.
Van West Charles said that GWI is moving to test the water which is distributed to the residents and also to the health and education facilities to ensure that the water is of an acceptable quality. Meanwhile, Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock noted that his ministry is working with GWI to ensure that all villages, especially the farming communities, are supplied with potable water.
We're hoping that eventually every village within the region, every family in the agricultural sector would be supplied with potable water, with water for their animals, water for their cattle. So GWI is working, they have a plan, and as the ARU said, for us to succeed, and we can succeed, but we must work together so that we could enjoy the benefits of the services offered. And I would like to encourage the mayor and deputy mayor, knowing that you are now in a new township, you would need all the water possible, but you need to manage it properly.
The Civil Defense Commission and GWI have had to make several interventions in villages of Region 9 which have been facing severe challenges in sourcing portable water due to prolonged El Niño conditions. For this Government News Brief, Shivani Rampersad report.
Several outfalls in Berbice are among those that will be cleared and maintained before the onset of the May-June rains. Details in this report.
Residents of several villages on the quarantine are affected by flooding due to silted-up outfall channels. They are asking government to intervene since farmlands are currently under floodwater. Residents in Liverpool, Lancaster, Manchester and Ulverston are involved in rice, cash crop and cattle farming. Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson says that the ministry is in discussion with the Ministry of Agriculture to rationalize the situation.
Those areas in Berbice and other areas, outfalls are silted up and over. Under the previous administration, there was a really strange quirk, I don't know why, I wouldn't think, whereby the NDIA, which is under the Ministry of Agriculture, were responsible for matters which should have fallen under this ministry. And we all know the history of NDIA. So I am in discussions right now with the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that, one, we rationalize that so that those outfalls and those come under this ministry, including equipment, because all the equipment that would have been excavated, would have been bought, would have been sent to NDIA.
Minister Patterson explained that clearing the outfalls is just a temporary measure and that government will have to look at a long-term solution.
Clearing the outfalls is just a temporary measure because obviously with every change of tide, the silt and the mud will come back. We have to put up erect groins, which are barriers. You probably would see some on the seawalls, those black tubes or the concrete strip. We would have to erect groins in front of the outfall, so when the mud comes back, it does not silt up the area.
In the interim, the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority will be conducting some temporary works on outfalls in Berbice and other areas to bring relief to affected communities. Shanta Goberdan with this Government News Brief.
The Commission of Inquiry into the Education System held its first public consultation today at the St. Stanislaus College. The COI is intended to provide evidential basis for the revision, upgrading, and extension of the Ministry of Education's strategic plan. Notices have been placed in the press inviting members of the public to submit memorandum on their perception of the state of the education system, inclusive of factual illustration where possible, and recommendations for the enhancement of the system. Memorandum should be submitted no later than May 14, 2016, and should be addressed to the Ministry of Education Commission of Inquiry Secretariat, Ministry of Education, 26 Brickdam, Stabrook, or via email coi.education@moe.gov.gy. Meanwhile, persons who would like to supplement their memorandum with oral presentations to the Commission may indicate this in their submission. Additionally, persons who would like to make oral submissions without submitting memorandum may also write to the Commission no later than April 30, 2016, expressing the desire to do so. Consultations are scheduled for Friday, April 29, 2016 at 16:30 hours in the auditorium of the National Center for Educational Resource Development, NCERD, Kingston, and Wednesday, May 4, 2016 at 16:30 hours at the St. Stanislaus College, Brickdam. Please call 227-2368 or 226-3094 for further information. Improve healthcare services for Mabrumo after Minister of Public Health Dr. George Norton visits the Region 1 hospital. More in this report.
Staff of the Mabrumo Hospital were able to raise their concerns and share their ideas for the community's health care development with Minister of Public Health Dr. George Norton. The minister visited the hospital on Thursday. The staff engaged a visiting team and raised challenges in the areas of overtime payment and timely feedback from the Georgetown Public Hospital with regards to high-risk pregnant women referred to that institution.
We refer high-risk mothers. The Georgetown Public Hospital, we've been losing track of them because most time when they go there, they're being seen, they're being discharged with a date. Some don't go back, some come back, we don't know. And then they live at home. Sometimes when the steamer come, you gotta go. You sending the pregnant mothers on the plane and they're taking the steamer for 2,024 hours and they're rocking on the boat and come back home. So when the steamer come, you gotta go and stand up like chief security. Are you pulling them off the boat as they come? So you got to send them back.
Why are they coming back?
Because sometimes Georgetown Hospital discharge them and give them a date. They go to the hostel, they're frustrated, the conditions, and they just choose to come back on the boat.
Well, what we are planning to do is to create a special ward for maternal and child health not the ward as such, a place at the hostel, because they got I think a 20 bed there. Where we want to take 16, we want to take at least 10, okay, and separate it from the rest because we want no TB patient among these things and so on, right, and. Because the big problem is that Georgetown Hospital don't have enough beds.
The Public Health Minister and his team's visit is in keeping with government's quest to deliver the best quality health care to citizens. Mabroom is one of the newest towns, therefore it is essential that it provides citizens a high level of service. For this Government News Brief, Shivani Rampersad reporting.
We have come to the end of this edition of the Government News Brief. You can find the details of these and other stories on GNA's website. We encourage you to subscribe to our website and YouTube channel. You can also like and follow us on Facebook to be informed as the news unfolds. Do join us again on Monday for another edition of the Government News Brief. Thank you for watching.